Hi friends, so today we are moving into part 3 of module 1 of power generation transmission and protection, a subject under the KTU syllabus 5th semester for electrical and electronics engineering students. And in this part we are going to discuss what is meant by nuclear power plant, what is the working of a nuclear power plant, its schematic diagram, advantages and disadvantages. So in module 1 we are moving into the third conventional source, that is the nuclear in a nuclear power plant. So what is a nuclear power plant? Any power plant, when we are generalizing what is a power plant, it is a plant which converts one form of energy into electrical energy. So here in a nuclear power plant, the nuclear energy is being converted into electrical energy. Okay, and let us go into a small detailed working of this nuclear power plant. In nuclear power plant, heavy elements like uranium 235 or thorium 232, that means these are the fuels used here, and these are subjected to nuclear fission. We know that nuclear fission is a chain reaction in a special apparatus called as a reactor. Okay, now the heat energy, which is a byproduct of this nuclear fission, is released and is utilized in raising the steam. So which means now the nuclear energy of the after nuclear fission, it is being converted into steam energy. Okay, and at high temperature and pressure this is made. The steam runs the steam turbine which converts steam energy into mechanical energy. So now the steam energy is being converted into mechanical energy. The turbine is connected, or the prime mover of the alternator is now the turbine, and this turbine runs the alternator and converts this mechanical energy into electrical energy. So which means now the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So we can say that, simply saying, we can say the nuclear energy is being converted into electrical energy, even though there are several other, in between there are several other energy forms. We can easily say that it is a conversion of nuclear energy into electrical energy. So let us move into the schematic diagram of this nuclear power plant. What are the elements in a nuclear power plant? Schematic diagram. So first let us go through the elements. Which are the elements? First one is a nuclear reactor where the fission process is going on. Okay. Now then comes the heat exchanger. Then here you can see the turbine. Okay. Then here you can see the alternator and an exciter for giving the necessary magnetic field. And here you can see the bus bars and the related connections, electrical connections. Now here you can see a condenser and a cooling tower. So these are the different parts in the schematic diagram of a nuclear power plant. Now let us study this working itself with the help of this diagram. Let us study the working also. So first comes, here you can see the elements, the block diagrams. First one is a nuclear reactor. So it is an apparatus which is used in which the nuclear fission is done in a controlled manner. So this apparatus, it uses nuclear fuel uranium 235, and it is a controlled chain reaction, and this will be resulting in a byproduct, that is heat. Okay, so let us go through the working. So nuclear reactor is the first block in which a controlled chain reaction is going on. So a controlled chain reaction is taking place inside this nuclear reactor, and the main fuel for this one is uranium 235 or thorium 232. Now what happens is, after this nuclear fission, surely the byproduct is heat, and this is used to heat a metal, and this metal is given towards a heat exchanger. So this heat energy of the metal will be converted into steam with the help of by heating up the water inside this heat exchanger. So water which is coming from the condenser is taken into the heat exchanger. The heat of the metal, hot metal, is passed towards the water, and this water is being converted into steam. Okay. Now the remaining cold metal, the heat has been exchanged with the water. Now the remaining cold water is again pumped back into the nuclear reactor. So what happens to the steam now? Now the steam is being taken through a valve towards the turbine. Valve is for controlling the flow of steam. Now the turbine is where the the turbine blades are rotating to convert the steam energy into mechanical energy. Okay, so the turbine is being rotated because of the high temperature and pressure of the steam. The turbine is rotating and it produces mechanical energy. Now the shaft of the prime mover, that means the turbine, is connected to an alternator where the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, an exciter is provided for giving the magnetizing current, which means there is an electromagnet, and when the prime mover is rotating, the magnetic flux is being cutting and EMF will be induced inside this alternator. And this is given towards the bus bar through the necessary protective elements. First, it has to be stepped up to a higher voltage, then necessary isolation and braking should be provided for protection from different faults. Then through necessary protection, it is being connected towards the transmission line or bus bars. Now, what happens to the steam, that is exhaust steam? After using the steam for the necessary mechanical rotation, mechanical movement, then the steam is exhausted. The exhaust steam is given towards a condenser, and this condenser, it just like the steam is being converted back to water. The condenser is converting the steam back to water, and it is being circulated through a cooling tower and taken back towards the heat exchanger. Now, the remaining water which is required is taken from the river. Why? Because the complete steam cannot be converted into back to water, the required amount of water. So, the steam has to be compensated, and this is done with the help of river. Okay, so this is the working principle or working of a nuclear power plant. Let us just go through the blocks once more. So the schematic diagram, and we will be also going through a detail of this nuclear reactor also. So the schematic diagram, it mainly consists of 4 blocks which I already explained. First one is a nuclear reactor. Okay. Now the second one is a heat exchanger. Here you can see the heat exchanger. Third one is a steam turbine, and fourth one is an alternator. So all these forms 4 important elements I have already explained. Let us go into each of them. So nuclear reactor, here you can see the figure of a nuclear reactor. It is an apparatus where the nuclear fuel is being subjected to nuclear fission. It controls the chain reaction. The reactor is a place where the chain reaction is done in a controlled manner. And if the chain reaction is not controlled, the result will be an explosion due to fast increase in the energy released. So normally a controlled procedure is being done. So that is a nuclear reactor. Here you can see control rods as well as moderator, which is graphite is used, and this is the reactor, and through this the coolant is being passed, and here you can see here the hot metal is being passed, and here after exchanging the heat it is coming as cold and again circulated through the nuclear reactor. So this is the first block. Now second comes the heat exchanger. The coolant gives up the heat towards the heat exchanger and used for raising the steam. After giving the heat to the coolant, it is again fed back to the reactor. Now third comes the steam turbine. Steam is produced in the heat exchanger, which is led towards the steam turbine through a valve. So after doing the useful work, the steam is exhausted to the condenser. The condenser condenses the steam and it is fed back towards the heat exchanger through a feed water pump. Okay. Now the last one, that is alternator. It converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy. The output from the alternator is delivered to the bus bar through transformer, circuit breakers and different isolators. So now we are moving into what are the advantages and disadvantages of this plant. First one, amount of fuel required is very small. Okay, so that is the main, so there is no much cost for fuel transportation. Then second comes the nuclear power plant. It only requires a very small space, not like a hydroelectric power plant. It requires only a very small space. Now third comes, it has a low running charge as small amount of fuel is only used for producing a bulk electrical energy. So that is a low running charges. Then the low running charge is the next advantage. Now let's go for the fourth one. It is very economical for producing bulk electrical power. Why? Because a small amount of fuel itself can produce a bulk electric power. Now next one is it can be located near the load center, not like a hydroelectric power plant which is placed in a hilly area and the consumer is far away from it. But unlike that, uh, in the case of nuclear power plants, you can see that it can be located in a near the load center. Next comes the next advantage is large deposits of nuclear fuel is available all over the world, so the continuity of supply that can be assured. That is the next advantage. Now last comes the reliability of the operation. As we just mentioned, there is no interruption for the power flow. Next comes the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages for such a plant? The fuel used is expensive and it is difficult to recover. Now the second one is its capital cost is very high when we are comparing with any other type of plants. Why? Because it should be leakage proof. Every point, the safety manner, everything has to be done. So capital cost will be very high. Now next one is erection and commissioning of the plant. It requires greater technical knowledge, which means the commissioning and the erection has to be done by really experienced and skilled laborers. Now the next one is fission byproducts. Sorry, technical persons have to be present in the commissioning. The next one is the fission byproducts are generally radioactive and they may be dangerous for the making radioactive pollution. So the fission byproducts are to be taken good care. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone for listening. Hope you understood. Stay tuned.